Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now.
And I don't, he's not accusing me of
why are
planting
you
any
allowed to
devices.
ask me questions and I can't ask you questions?
But why is this tit for tat?
Be receptive, okay? I am being very receptive. You need to be receptive.
Hello everybody and welcome. So today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of Miami. That's season 6 episode 27. It is day 2 of the Palm Beach trip. The girls are out playing crochet. First they're eating. Lisa is not there because she is with Adriana and Nicole on a meeting for her perfume line. But speaking of Lisa, the women that are right here, Marysol got a notification that Lenny is claiming, and this is most likely true, that Lisa is spending $10,000 a month on Instacart alone. That's crazy. The ladies are discussing the things that Lisa is clearly not doing right. She keeps spending way too much money despite her needing to change her lifestyle because of the circumstances. There's also a lot of things that are kind of just shady and weird. Like, for example, if Lenny is so bad, why would she keep the kids in the house the other night when the police were called? They feel like they need to have a conversation with Lisa to settle her down. Guerdy even says that she needs to maybe at this point get a Toyota Corolla, but as Larsa put it, like, she's not gonna do that. They feel like they have all tried to talk to her and she hasn't really listened. The only one who hasn't really talked to her is Julia, so they say that maybe Julia should be the one who brings up this stuff to her and mentions it, so maybe she could listen from her better. So then they do play some croquet, and the women had these poor old white men going crazy. The girls were cussing, screaming. Kiki was running around with her breast out. These Miami chicks are crazy. Okay, so as they were playing, Marysol pulls Alexia to the side and tells her that she's still feeling a sort of way because Julia did mention her ex the night before and that they were having a conversation. Marysol is upset and says that Julia is digging and pot stirring and is sneaky. But Alexia is advocating for Julia and says that Julia is not digging. It's not sneaky because it's not like Julia went out of her way to find Marysol's ex to get some dirt on her. Julia and Martina just simply know the guy. And not only that, Marysol is married, so who cares? But Marysol is not listening and she's not taking it well. She even tells Alexia, like, stop! You're not being supportive. Marysol says Alexia wouldn't like it if it were the other way around. They were kind of going at it back and forth a little bit. Alexia finds it hard to talk to Marysol sometimes because she is so set in her ways and won't listen. I will say I get Marysol's point, but I'm glad Alexia is defending Julia. Okay, so the ladies are back in the house. Some of them FaceTime their kids, or in the case of Larsa, her boyfriend, and they're getting ready for dinner. Julia tells Adriana and Nicole what the conversation was about when they were playing croquet and how it related to Lisa, and Nicole says that she also talked about it a little bit with Lisa when they were at the perfume shop, but Julia tells them that she's going to bring up what they had talked about later this dinner. So the dinner is in the house. It's in the backyard. It was, again, such a nice mansion, so it was really, really great. So as we've established, Julia and Alexia are becoming good friends. So they were getting some drinks, and Julia is with her right there, and they had promised each other that they were always going to nip things right away if something was bothering them. They were not going to let it fester. They pinky promised that. So Julia asks, why did you have to ask Todd for permission for us to be roommates? And Alexia says that she was completely joking. She kind of awkwardly laughs at it. Julia says that she thinks maybe that because she was a lesbian she would have a problem with that, but Alexia says, oh no, I wish we were all lesbians. Julia really doesn't believe her, and she kind of knows that Alexia is like uncomfortable, but she doesn't want to keep keep going at it, so she just lets it go. Okay, you guys, this made me laugh. When they were all sitting in the table, Adriana turns and screams, there's an alligator! And all of the girls screamed and ran away, got on top of the table, but Adriana was wrong. There was no alligator, but that was hilarious. So they sit back and it's time to grill Lisa a little. Well, good news is that Nicole says that she will be hosting a Mother's Day brunch in honor of Lisa. But then Julia says Lisa can share what she wants in her own terms. And she really appreciates that Lisa came to the opera night event that she had, but it was surprising that she would leave the kids at home even though something bad had just happened. And there was an awkward silence when she said that. Everybody was quiet, so Alexia and Julia tag team a little and say that the kids need to be taken care of. They're saying that to Lisa because everything that Lisa describes is scary, so she might need to be a little bit more protective. They also say that Lisa needs to find a new home separate from Lenny and also separate from Jodi because she shouldn't want the kids to get close to Jodi and then that relationship doesn't work out. And Lisa says that like she knows that, but she's getting a little frustrated by this. So then Alexia brings up the notification from earlier, the $10,000 Instacart bill. Like, what was that about? They ask. And Lisa says that she feels like she's being interrogated. Alexia says, no, this is not an interrogation. We're just asking you a question. Lisa says, wait a minute. First, last night, y'all told me that I say too much about Lenny, but now y'all are saying I don't say enough, and y'all want to know more. What do y'all want? And Alexia says that they care about her feelings, not Lenny, and her emotions. That's the difference. But Lisa says that these tabloids and these stories trigger her emotions. Alexia says that Lisa needs to be smarter. And Lisa says, how am I not smart? I can respond if I want, she says. And then Guerdy gives an example, the car. Alexia then asks, did you drive Lenny's car over here? And Lisa comes back and says, well, you drove Todd's car here, didn't you? Alexia became defensive after Lisa brought up Todd and says, yes, I did bring his car, but I'm not divorcing Todd, and he's not accusing me of stealing. Because Lenny, remember, he had claimed that Lisa planted a device in one of the cars, so it's messy. Lisa is getting really mad, and Guerdy says that Lisa needs to be more receptive, and Lisa says that she is receptive, that actually Guerdy should be the one that's more receptive. Adriana was the only one who feels bad for Lisa and thinks that Lisa is being ganged up on. But the interesting part was that Larsa had a lot to say earlier about Lisa, like when they were first reading that notification about the Instacart, but she was really quiet here. The last thing they bring up is that they think Jodi is a great guy, but it might be too soon for her to give it her all with him. She spends way too much time with him, and she could be spending that time with her kids or like doing other things. Lisa says that it's been 9 months. She thinks that it's the right time. She even claims that she doesn't even like to go out. She likes to stay and watch Netflix or something like that, and they don't really believe that. Guerdy then asks if Jodi is just an emotional support or does he financially support her as well. And Lisa says, okay, that is an overstep. That's too far. Y'all are crossing boundaries with these questions. Alexia says that they're bringing this up because she experienced this thing with her divorce. When she was going through her divorce, she knew that she pretty much had to pick Todd or keep fighting with her ex. Lisa says that she will be interrogated in the courtroom, but not here. Kiki says that she still doesn't know a lot about Jodi, and Lisa says, okay, well, we can go out with him or something if you want to meet him. This was a lot. Lisa was definitely not happy, but if I'm being honest, I do think it was a little bit of a gang up, but I do think it was necessary. It needed to be had. And what I love is that this actually seemed real. Group of friends really asking their friend about something that is really going on with her. And yeah, she got mad, but that's reality. So this is why I love Miami, these genuine friendships. So that was it for the Palm Beach trip. We then see the women going back home. They are back in the houses with their families. We see Guerdy and her husband Russell. Guerdy tells them about everything that was discussed in the trip with Lisa and her situation. She says that Larsa apologized, so that's good, but she is having surgery soon and is going to have some sort of appointment and have a typology. It's a lot, and as everything is happening quickly and the date is getting closer for the surgery, it's hitting her, and like she has having these appointments, multiple calls with the hospitals. It's a lot, and she cries, and I feel so bad for her, but she has a great husband that supports her, so that's great. Nicole is having lunch with her dad. So I'm pretty sure these scenes must be really hard for Nicole to watch because her father passed away very soon after filming ended. So scenes like these are some of the last moments that she spent with him. So the girlfriend was supposed to be there. Nicole was going to meet her. Remember, she's like 20 something, but she wasn't able to make it because she was sick or something like that. Nicole thinks that the girlfriend might not have wanted to meet her because Nicole had said some things about her. She did call her a hoochie mama last year, but the dad says that the girlfriend's not mad. Nicole actually wanted to meet the girl. She also says that the therapy that they took last season really helped. He kept getting up to go to the restroom a lot though. Then he drops the bomb that he might have a kid soon. Nicole says like, excuse me? But that feels crazy that Nicole is hearing this because she's trying to have a child too. So if he had a child, his baby would be her baby's uncle or aunt. So it's crazy for her to hear this. He says that he's never been so happy in his life as much as he is right now. And Nicole is happy about that. And if he is having a baby and that really makes him happy at 69, she's okay with it. But then he reveals some secret children that he has had. I don't know. It seems like he must have been planting his seed with multiple women at the same time throughout his life. So Nicole has a few siblings that she didn't even know existed until now. She's shocked, but she's handling pretty well. Okay, then we see Lisa and her kids. Lisa is taking the 3-year-old daughter to her first ballet class because she was a dancer when she was young too. So this is nice for her. In the middle of the lesson, she gets a call from Adriana. So it turns out Lenny did something that is making Lisa have a really bad day. She was served with a motion by Lenny where he is saying that she is an unfit mother, and she says this is the worst motion yet. He now claims that he wants the kids 100% of the time because she is abusing prescription drugs. Adriana says that she has to see her in person and she's right around the block. So she comes outside of the studio and Adriana came and they were talking about this. Lisa tells her that she was having dinner with Jodi and then this motion was filed. Him trying to point her as a bad mother and that she needs classes to teach her how to be a parent is really hurtful for her. She starts to cry and says that she doesn't know what she did to deserve this and she feels like she's going through hell, an absolute hell. She says this is too much because he is taking everything from her, like everything. Lisa says that she helped build their lives, the business, the family, and Adriana says that like it's his fault. He's the one that cheated, he's the one that destroyed the family. Adriana also says that she's disappointed that their friends were coming for Lisa and her motherly skills. Lisa agrees and she says that they were all pouncing on her one by one, and Adriana tells her that she is a great mom. And that was it for the episode, you guys. We then got the mid-season trailer. It looks like the remaining part of the season is going to be epic. Miami is really taking it home, and I love the show, and this episode really was focused around Lisa. So I guess the question I have for you guys is, what do you think about the interrogation that the girls had for Lisa? Do you think it was fair, or were they overstepping their boundaries and asking too many questions? Let me know in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.